All right. As far as the week went, past today, I thought it was a lot of information for the young men on offense, defense, and special teams. Handled it well. Defense clearly won Wednesday's practice. Monday's practice was non-padded. Offense clearly won today's practice. So it's give and take the way it should be for a good football team in spring ball. On one side of the ball one day and the other the next. So that was positive, but good productive work week overall. A couple physical practices, ended up today with the scrimmage, and was really proud of the way the offense was able to bounce back and make some plays today. So good solid week. I'm proud of the young men.
Did you like the turnout today?
I loved it. Yeah, you kidding me? It's great. And we got sunshine. Weather guy was wrong. No rain. It's a beautiful thing. So this is important. It matters to the kids, and it really gets them even more invested to the public and to Badger Nation, and it matters. It matters to them. It matters to us, and it's people take a Saturday morning to come out and want to support the kids and see them out and see the new offense and defense. It's great for us to be just to be part of it, really.
Gary, TJ had said that he would look at a bunch of different guys throughout the spring on the O-line, but it looks like he's leaning towards Groy at left tackle. Are you still experimenting there, or is that the way it's headed?
Well, we got 7 or 8 healthy kids.
Yeah.
So, Groy's had to move over there, and he's so smart and he's athletic and he can play a number of different spots. We'll have to do what's best. These are good learning reps for him regardless of where he plays in the fall and further along in his future. But is it solidified to him at left tackle? Absolutely not. We just got to get healthy again and see where it goes.
Is there a bigger learning curve on defense with all the things you're putting in right now, do you think, Gary, or is that not accurate?
No, well, yeah, probably. If you just look at our offense and the offense of the past and then the defense and the defense of the past, there's probably a little bit more on the defensive side of the ball. And we put in a ton of defense, especially in the last 2 practices. When we came back on Monday, we wanted to really amp up the volume because we had maybe a third of our defense in. So I would agree with that statement. It's interesting as you look back, and usually defense is ahead practice 3 or 4, whether it's fall camp or spring or whatever. I think we kind of just stayed even Steven until 6 practices because of the new offense, the new defense, and now we've got a lot of give and take. So I think that's a good thing.
The loss of David Gilbert, how does it affect the D-line right now?
Well, anytime a young man is injured or can't play anymore, our whole focus goes to David and making sure he's set and moving along in life. We've lost a very good player, and we all know that. It's an opportunity for a young player to step up, and I think they're doing a nice job. But David will still be part of us. He'll remain on that senior wall we have in our office for the whole season, and it's tough. He would love to have played his senior year, but if I'm betting on David, I would say that his days of playing football are not over, and it's going to be fun to spend some time with him and watch him get his degree and move along in life over the next year and then see what happens.
Have any of the other outside linebackers caught your eye so far in practice?
Yeah, I really think that Chobert's going to be a special young man. He's a youthful, excited player, great natural instincts. He's come a long ways. Jesse played D-line, for the first 4 or 5 practices, and we moved him over to the outside linebacker, growing into that. So there's going to be some great competition. Add BK into that mix when we get back in the fall, and so it's going to be some highly contested battles there. But as we'll always say on defense, we need to play defense the way we want to play. We've got to have 2 starters in each position, and that'll be our goal as we move through the rest of spring and into fall camp.
You mentioned the offense won the day today. Joel had a couple really nice touchdown passes. What do you like about what he's doing right now for you guys?
Well, better command today. I tried to sit back and be involved. I have a tendency to always lean over to the defensive side and watch that more so than the offense. And so I felt like get back behind the huddle today and just see the kids' eyes and listen to Joel communicate and Kurt communicated. They did a good job with that, and so I was impressed with that. Better handle of the offense, if you will. Poise in the pocket was better today, especially out of Joel. I think he took some time, got the ball out of there. On Wednesday, we were a little bit, panicked in there and took some sacks where we had to get the ball out. So when you're playing against an aggressive defense, you got to get the ball out quick and max protect and take your shots. And I thought today that the offense did a better job of that, and the quarterbacks did a better job of throwing it, and the wide receivers made some plays, which is great to see.
A lot of 3 tight end formations. Is that an option if that second wide receiver doesn't develop like maybe you hope, or is that something you like?
Yes, yeah, it's absolutely. If we get into 13 personnel, and it's an option for us, just because we play in that personnel group doesn't mean we need to, pack it all in there and have, 20 guys sitting in there in the middle of the field with the offense and defense smashed on top of each other. We can still spread it. Our tight ends are skilled. They run well. They're athletic enough to get out in space and cause some mismatches in space as well as they can on the line of scrimmage or off the line of scrimmage. So it can. There's a lot of positives to that. It can slow down an aggressive defense in their sub packages and not allow them to get as much skill on the field because they don't know what's coming their way. It may be power football. It may be spread football. So. Coach Ludd will do a great job of mixing that, and I think the kids are excited about the opportunity. Every tight end wants to go play wide receiver too, right? They always do, so it's good for them.
Did you like James White today too? You've talked about his approach day to day being really what you like.
Yeah, I thought James ran the ball well, had a couple nice cuts. Put the young freshman Sojourn in his place shook him down there a little bit, which is James comes to work again every day. He's excited about being here. He ran with more aggression today, I think, in a couple of those short yardage situations, and his reps are going to be limited, but he's not counting his reps. He's making his reps count, which he did today, which was impressive to see.
You mentioned having 2 starters at every position on defense because of the way you like to play. Is that the number of guys you want to use? Is that what you're referring to?
Well, I think with the effort that we ask them to be able to play, especially up front on the defensive line, we can't ask those big kids to go play in a 10-play drive and ask them to play the way that we want them to and run them to the ball. That gets very difficult. So we want to be able to sub those kids in and out of there. I'll always be in favor of playing as many young men that are prepared to get out on the field, whether that building a package for a certain young man or a certain group of kids. Same thing with special teams. They work hard. It means a lot for them to jog out on that field. If they're ready, we want to give them an opportunity to play.
Saw you snapping the football a little bit. Kind of remind you old times.
Yeah, old times. Yeah, it gets harder and harder to bend down there and snap every single day, but it's fun. It's fun to be part of it and be involved with the kids, and it's good. I think we've had a few CQ problems, and it's a good way for me to be able to understand, if I think there's an issue as a center snapping the ball versus the quarterback, and it's just. But most of all, it's just fun to get down and be involved with the kids. And I'm not as good as press man coverage anymore. The wide receivers are getting better at knocking off my hands, so it's been good.
Is it your philosophy to be cautious with the injuries too at this point, Gary? Yes. Like Bo Allen and Brendan Kelly.
Very, very, very cautious. There's a couple young men that love to be out there. Borland is the same way. You got to be careful with him and Jared. Not injured, obviously, but you got to kind of pry their helmets off their heads and throw them up in the stands, or they'll keep playing. So, but we will be cautious and get the young men into fall, especially if they're a proven player. And those young men are doing a nice job of taking mental reps. I think it's been impressive the way they sit and go through practice and have their scripts and understand what's going on.
The low numbers at offensive line, is there more pressure on Coach Woods?
More pressure? Maybe for him to put on a helmet and play if we don't watch where we're going. I don't think it puts more pressure on him in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it's a low number. It probably puts more pressure on me to work in the best way to keep practice clean and fresh. Our goal today was to get close to 50 reps. We had one more session of red zone scheduled, but I canceled that for the reason of the offensive linemen not being over-repped at this time as far as where their conditioning levels are. So no more pressure. It is what it is right now. It puts some pressure on some guys to go recruit people, so recruiting coaches better go out and get it done.
Will that impact your approach to the spring game, the numbers in the offensive line?
Absolutely. Yeah, we won't be able to play a spring game. We'll have a good scrimmage and we'll get after it, and it'll be fairly short. We'll be on and off quick, and which is good for spring games. That's kind of what everybody wants when you're in that last 15th practice. But we'll still use it as a work day. It will not be a traditional football spring game, much like you saw today. Just in the next scrimmage, we're going to have just not a controlled scrimmage. It'll be full-fledged scrimmage, but situational, if you will.
Yeah. You mentioned some injured guys. Tyler Dipple came out the other day
Yeah.
with it. Is he expected back anytime soon?
Not in spring. Not in spring. He will be back. He should be full by the time we come back for June 9th and get the summer stuff started. I believe he'll be full steam at that point. So he's another one, but again, being careful and getting him to where he needs to be in the fall.
Is Devin Golden the same way? When you
Yes.
expect him to be back?
Yeah, I would expect him to be back full speed, hopefully in June also. He's had a little bit of a setback, nothing serious. It's just cautious because we can be right now. Anything else?
Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.